When you're just starting to learn how to row, I know that it can be really overwhelming watching some of these videos, especially if it's like a follow along drill or follow along workout where the coach might be giving a lot of what are called cues, like chest up, shoulders down, arms out, then body over, telling you to do a lot of things at once. And you're like, whoa, I'm confused. That was a lot. And now I'm thinking about all of these things. And now I don't know how I'm supposed to move. And I think you're catching on. It can be a little overwhelming at first. So if you're trying to work on your rowing stroke, there's a way that I like to simplify it to help you kind of learn how to just systematically work through your stroke. And I'm going to teach you about how I like to break it down here in this video. So if you don't know where to start, don't know what to focus on, then stick around. We'll get into the good stuff here in just a minute. I'm Alicia Clark. I'm an ambassador with You Can Row Too, and we will get into it. So when trying to simplify your rowing stroke, when you look at an individual body part, so let's say feet, knees, hips, body, chest, a couple examples. Per body part, I want you to think about position and time. So position meaning, am I moving this body part into the correct positions? So that's the first thing to check. And am I doing that at the right time? Okay, so I'm gonna go through a couple examples here. So first of all, to figure out what the correct way to move is might take a little bit of research. So again, in those follow along videos or those form videos, you might hear someone say shoulders down. Okay, so we got a body part, we want them down. Okay, so now when do we want them down? So if they are talking and going through the stroke and they're like, throughout your stroke, keep your shoulders down and relaxed. All right, well, there we have it. We have shoulders are always down and relaxed. That always is the time. So throughout the whole stroke, always shoulders are down and relaxed. So then, now that you have a body part's time and position, go to your own stroke. Am I doing that? And this might take you videoing your own stroke instead of just assuming that you're doing it, because it's easy to think, oh yeah, I'm doing that. And then to look at your video and you look more like this than like this. Just being honest. So it's definitely worth it to video yourself when thinking about these things. So here's an example with that. So shoulders are always down and relaxed. So some things that, for example, some common errors with that one could be, if we're not down, we're shrugging, or maybe we're kind of like this once we rock over and we're reaching into the catch. So keeping those shoulders down. Really anything outside of what's supposed to be happening is kind of what you're looking for. And so depending on the body part, you may have to break it up with the drive versus the recovery. So a good example is body swing. I like to kind of group the body into one. So with that body swing, for example, on the drive, you want that body swing to be after the legs are down. And on the recovery, it's before the knees bend. Or it could be really after the arms come out. Whatever one makes more sense to you. And then the position of that body swing is 11-1. So if you're doing some research, okay, body swing, you want to have 11-1. So there you got your body part and your position. And now you got to, okay, what's the timing of this? So that timing again, legs down, then body opens, body rocks forward before the knees bend. So now you're looking for things outside of that don't match up. So if, knees bent, okay, not the right time. I gotta body rock over before the knees bend. Okay, there's something you can work on. Or, other way, on the drive, it's after the legs are down, right? So if you're here, okay, oops, I rocked over before, before my knees were done. So I'm leaning back early. Okay, so it wasn't happening at the right time, so I gotta wait till my legs are down before that body swings open. So again, really anything outside of that established, body parts correct time and position, those are the things that then you're looking for in your stroke. So I go through this essentially with the whole body. So what are the heels doing? If the toes are always supposed to be down, are they coming up at all? So that's an error to look for. But always thinking about what is this body part supposed to be doing? What's the proper timing and positioning of it in the stroke? And is that happening? So instead of trying to think of 5 things happening at once, pick one. I know it's so tempting to try to fix so much more at one time, but what's gonna make the difference and make you get leaps and bounds better is taking it one step at a time. Focusing on one thing at a time when you're working on it, because then you can get really good at fixing that one thing before you're thinking about something else. And if you're focused on one thing, it's way more likely to get better than trying to think of 3 separate things every single recovery. Got to get the body over. Don't over compress, within the same stroke. Pick one. It's going to help you get a lot better, a lot faster. So quick recap. My suggestion is that when you're trying to get better at your rowing stroke, might take a little bit of research, but by body part, when you're reviewing your own stroke, for that specific body part, figure out the correct time and position that it's supposed to be in the stroke, compare it to your own, and see if that's what you see. So that is how I like to break it down and really help people get better little by little. Thanks for joining me on today's video. I hope that was helpful for you, and I hope that you're able to take this and work on your own stroke, especially helping you just get the courage to video yourself and watch it back, and then you're gonna start to get so much better, so much faster. I think you'll be really surprised. So again, this does require a little bit of research. So if you wanna skip that research, I totally get it, because it can feel a lot, and am I getting the right information and everything like that? So if you want to skip all that research, check out the link in the description for more on how you can skip all of that. So if you liked this video and enjoyed its content, feel free to subscribe to hear more from me, and I hope to see you in the next video.